John, we're going a lot of different directions today. You wanted to start with baseball? Go ahead.
Yeah, because the Padres and the Dodgers are just red hot right now.
And they both go on the road. And everybody around Major League Baseball are talking about those two teams. Padres, Dodgers, Dodgers, Padres. It's really cool first month of the baseball season. Let's just walk through where we are. This is a Padres baseball team that's now 15-4 as they go on the road. It's a Padres team that has just been phenomenal at home. They got a superstar in right field who is healthy. And Fernando Tatis goes on this road trip with a .348 batting average, 6 bombs, and a 1,048 OPS, which is through the roof. We've not really seen this since Fernando's 42 home run season a couple of years ago, prior to the injuries, prior to the suspension. And by the way, he's like a vacuum cleaner in right field. He's picking up everything that is being hit in his direction. Superstar start to the season. I'm not going to use the initials MVP yet because there's a lot of baseball to be played, and there may be some injuries along the way, but he is really playing at a different level that we've not seen in a period of time. Machado's hitting .324, some timely home runs. It's a really, right now, balanced baseball team. Michael King, Nick Pivetta, just bulldogs on the mound. You don't want to face them because they just have a different style and a different approach. Very impressed. Going to have to figure out Dylan Cease because he still is highly erratic, runs hot, runs cold. He's got the ERA that's in the 6s right now. The bullpen has been spectacular for the most part. Little bit concerned about overuse of those 4 or 5 guys in the bullpen because they're going to Jason Adam, Robert Suarez, Adrian Morion, an awful lot. And how about the fans' turnout? Holy cow. 3 games. And some of this has got to do with what they've created at Gallagher Square out in right center field. 3 home games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Padres drew 47, 40, and 41,000 plus to those 3 games. Baseball, the thing to do in San Diego, Petco Park, Gaslamp Quarter, downtown. It's been pretty impressive. Reaction to Padre baseball.
Well, I want to ask you, you predicted this was a third-place team to start the season. And now here they are with the best record in Major League Baseball at the top of an incredibly stacked division. Do you still think this is a third-place team?
At this point in time, the standings say they're a first-place team with the best record in baseball that everybody's talking about. Last I checked, it's a 162-game schedule. Last I checked, outside of the Cubs, they've not played anybody. Now they go on the road and they play Houston, and we'll just see as the schedule gets tougher and tougher. But so far, so good in most components of Padre baseball. And my theory about the thinking man manager, I think Mike Schultz had an enormous impact on the approach to the game, execution of the game, communication of the guys in the dugout and what they're doing on the field. And the guys are playing pretty well. Again, 162 games, you're going to get some guys hurt along the way. But as long as Tatis and Machado and those 3 starting pitchers can be what they're doing right now, this is really good. But it's early in the season.
Yeah, it's early, but we got to love everything that's going on here. Good vibes. You know, your whole bit about Schilt and, you know, the man in the dugout, he's a thinking man. I get it. But isn't it interesting that Schilt does not look like an athlete, you know, and he's a good dude and he knows the game. And to your point, when he's in those press conferences, you understand him at a much deeper level.
Yes.
And, you know, he doesn't look the part, but boy, does he really make great decisions. But I love everything Niebla is doing with the pitching staff. Tatis showing a lot of maturity, you know, not chasing. You know, when he had the bases loaded yesterday, he could have tried to hit a grand slam, but he was mature. He waited for his pitch. It wasn't there. He took a walk, still got an RBI, and the Padres are just going to keep winning. I can see this thing building. But yeah, we need Merrill back, you know, and we need Darvish back.
And we need Cronenworth back.
Yeah, we need a lot more back.
And Lockridge is also now dinged up with a minor hamstring. So everybody's going to have injuries, and some have already had major injuries. Luckily for the Padres, minor injuries to date. We don't have any timeline at all on Darvish, and obviously Waldron's now gone on the 60-day disabled list. And I'll spin back to my statement when the season started. They cannot afford to have anything physically happen to the top 3 starters in the rotation that are currently on the mound.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were going to include Darvish in that. So really the top, okay. One of them's already down. He'll hopefully be back soon in Darvish. But yeah, King, Pivetta, and Cease need to be solid. I agree with you.
Pretty good start. Pretty exciting. But don't hold it against me that I said third place team, because I maintain it's a long season. It's a very, very tough division. In fact, a more surprising, tougher division than anybody ever imagined, because the damn Giants are in this thing.
Social media is bagging on you right now. They're
I
like,
don't care.
What are you doing, Hacksaw? Because you were praising Schilt and you were saying how great Schilt's doing. And you're like, Hacksaw, you were just bagging on these guys a couple of weeks ago. We don't want you on our bandwagon. Go back to LA and root for your LA fans. And then the LA fans get angry with you. You're a Padre fan. You're not a Dodger fan. The fans are all over the place. But I think a lot of it's because these teams the Padres are exceeding expectations, and the Dodgers, even with a great record, I think are maybe below expectation.
Okay, let's talk about the second team.